Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadren Aquatics. Thanks for hanging out with me in the fish room again today. You ever get so many projects going on that you can barely see straight? And the problem is you just keep starting more before you finish the other ones? Well, that's me right now. I'm a little bit ADD and I got too many projects going on. So I'm trying to focus a little bit more. So I've got a major project that I want to show you guys in just a minute. Again, we talked about before that we're making a whole lot of changes, so I wanted to show you guys that. One more thing before we actually get going. As you guys know, it's a never-ending growing process with the online fish store and what we're doing. I told you guys before that we were only doing next day air. Thank you guys for the sale. You guys were awesome again. Shipped out a bunch of packages. Out of all the packages that we shipped out, all next day air, I think we only had one fish die, and then we had another package that ended up being 2 days or 3 days late. And he hasn't written me back yet, so I'm not sure if anything actually died on that or not. So I'm feeling a whole lot better about UPS now. So now we're going to open up UPS second day air also. I'm going to do that for a flat rate of $19. Again, the majority of the time I'm probably going to lose a little bit of money on it, but some local stuff, or in Texas area, I might make a few dollars on it so that it all kind of balances out. And again, I can continue to offer the live arrival guarantee. So that's enough with that. Again, just always changing. So one of the things that we're working on around the fish room here, let me kind of show you why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing. Okay, first of all, if we look down here, we have trays with fry in them everywhere. So we've got fry just growing out like crazy, but this setup is not going to be big enough. So I've got to start looking at ways, whereas in here, I'm just growing them up till they're, let's say, 1/4 of an inch long. Like for instance, these turquoise, these guys need to be moved, because if I put any babies in there, they're probably almost big enough where they're gonna start eating the actual babies. So I need to move them into another container to get these guys to grow out. But I don't want to waste a 5-gallon or 10-gallon tank on just these little things, so I need to do it a different way. The problem is I have no room whatsoever in the fish room. So here is the next plan. All right, you guys may remember this area. It's half taken apart because that's what I'm in the midst of today. We had a 40-gallon down here that had a bunch of barbs and stuff in it. In this 40-gallon, we had a bunch of rainbow fish in it. These two tanks, these are the latest thing I ever added here, and I never really had any plans on what I was doing with them. I just ended up throwing fish in them. So they were just kind of a Mod Podge, and I'm tired of the Mod Podge. So we're taking down this whole thing. Up here, we had all the shrimp tanks. And so as you can see, I'm moving those over here in the corner. We've got 6 of those in this corner. Right now, I'm not sure where the rest of these are going. The middle tank is empty. It didn't have shrimp in it, so I'm getting rid of that one. So I got to find 2 more little spots to move these, and then we're going to take down this entire rack. But it's going to work perfectly. The reason I say that is because at work, I'm building I'm working towards having just an entire plant area. A place where I can actually grow some higher light plants, some of the bright red type plants. But with that, I need better lighting and I need CO2. So I've got a friend of mine, Ben, who's helping me out get everything set up, because I'm absolutely clueless when it comes to plants and CO2 and how to get that all set up. So he's showing me everything to do. So we've decided what we're going to go with is 3 40-gallon breeders. 2 of them will have CO2 highlight plants, where I'll be running some of the Fluval 3.0 lights on them. And so I'm taking this rack up there to work, and I'm taking these 2 40-gallon breeders and another 40-gallon breeder that's going to go on top. And so these 2 will have the CO2 running on them, so that makes it a whole lot easier. I don't have to build anything actually at work now. I can just take the stand, up there to work with me, get these tanks nice and cleaned out, and get this thing completely set up, and I can be up and going a whole lot faster. I actually ordered the lights today. I've got to order some of the other CO2 fittings. I've already got a CO2 container that I've got to get to Airgas and get it exchanged. And then we can begin to move on. So once we get this taken down, let's talk about what we're going to do. Okay, so when we get this taken down, it's going to give us a probably about an 8-foot wide by maybe 12-foot deep space. And the first thing we're going to do is up against the tank here is we're going to build kind of a stable wall, and we're going to have a fry grow out area. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to use these. You guys may remember these as the Marina hang on the back filters. These are actually Fluval now. This is actually one, I'm set up with Fluval, so this is one that I actually sell. These are by far the best breeding hang on the back breeders that you can get because of the fact that you can hook air up to it and have this thing water driven, so water drives into it and flows over the edge. But I'm not exactly going to use it like that. I'm going to take these things, and when I get them on the wall, I'm going to hang a whole bunch of them up, maybe 4 or 5 side by side, and then I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 deep. I don't know. We're going to get a bunch of them on there, and then we're going to hook this thing kind of maybe to like a gutter system. And then as this thing drips, we're gonna have down at the bottom, we're gonna have a sump that'll sit on the ground, and that sump will have a pump in it that'll pump up to drippers and will drip into every single one of these. And as this gets full, it just does what it naturally does, and it goes over the edge right here. This will be hooked onto some type of gutter system. That water will go in the gutter system, flow down, 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 until it makes it all the way back to the sump, where again the sump pumps it back up. That way we've got this massive body of water that is keeping water to all of these, and we can keep each individual species in here. These things come with tops, and it also comes with a little piece that you put right here that keeps fry from going over the edge. So I think this is going to work out really, really well. I'm excited about building this. Of course, I'm going to show you guys along the way as we build it from scratch, because a lot of it's still kind of in my head. And then I've got another idea for something else that I'm probably going to build too. All right, so the next thing I'm going to use is something kind of in the similar aspect, because I want to see which one I like better. These are little kind of tote things from IKEA that are only like a couple of dollars, and each one actually comes with a top. So you got a top that you can actually put on it, so it's completely sealed. We're gonna take these things and we're gonna create like a drawer system where this will slide into a drawer system, and so whenever you do, you just pull it out and then you can see the fish and do anything you want and then push it back in there, and it'll work on the same principle. We'll have it dripping into this, and then there'll be one above it, another one above it, and so on and so forth. Again, a lot of this is in my head. It's gonna have a sump also, but it's just another way I'm going to try to possibly grow out fry also. This is a much cheaper version because the Marina things, or the Fluval ones, are, I think they're about $9 or $10, or maybe $11 a piece. So those can get kind of expensive when this thing's only a couple of dollars, or maybe $1 for the top. So we got a lot of plans to try to take care of the growth that we're having here. Again, I told you I want to take the place now and focus more on having it for breeding, so we can get a lot of fish going instead of just these crazy Mod Podge tanks of who knows what's in them. All right, if you guys got any questions or comments, be sure and leave them down below. So thanks again, guys, and God bless.